Banaroo, we're back again. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at the gauge cluster out of the cab. One of the problems I've got at the moment is I'm just getting over COVID, which has really taken a lot out of me. And so I thought I'd sit down and do some drafting and draw up some of the gauges, because most of these gauges here don't work anymore. The speedo gauge is very bouncy, the magnets are gone in it. So I'm actually going to remanufacture these gauges, all electronic. But they're trying to keep them in the same sort of look. So first of all, I'm going to be starting with a program called Mastercam, which I'm going to be drawing up in, which I'm about to open up now. And now that I've gone into Mastercam, I've already done a lot of the sitting down and measuring up and drafting. The wireframe's all been done. Once I've done a wireframe of all the components to make up the gauge cluster, I then need to look at doing a solid, which will turn it into a solid. And all the solids all done. You can see I've projected all the gauge faces. I've put Morris Commercial on the front. And yeah, so this one here is the left gauge. And it's on the back, it's got 3 servo motors which are going to be put in the back, and the 3 round holes is where the lights to light up the gauges will be going in. They go in sideways into the cavity to actually light it up in these areas on the sides. So that's the left-hand gauge, which has got a fuel gauge, it's got an oil pressure gauge and a temperature gauge. And now we've got the right-hand gauge, which is the speedo, which is going to be 0 to 120 kilometres an hour. I've done it in kilometres an hour because we're in Australia, where we basically work in kilometres an hour. I've got oil. Fire is going to be for, I've got an exhaust flame, which is going to be for pyrotechnics on the back, and also the lights to let me know the lights are turned on. I've also got another fuel gauge, which is for the second tank. So I've got a fuel tank on both sides of the vehicle, and they both be independent. I've also got the Morris Commercial on the front of this one as well. From this, I generate a STL file, which is for 3D printing, and I'll move over to prepping it all up to go into the 3D printer, which is a Resin printer, which is a lot better to work with for this sort of stuff. I go into the slicing program. I'll import the file in, and once the file's imported in, I'll then centralize it, put some supports in, and then I can prep it all up to go onto the 3D printer. As you can see now, I'm going to rotate it using the rotation, stand it up so it will fit into the 3D printer. The 3D printer has a very limited area. The resin printers are quite small. If you see the areas which are not the light blue, they're actually in reddy colour, is outside the printed area. So now I've moved it all into the printed area, printable area, and then I'm going to put some supports in, generate some supports, and it's ready now to slice it and put it into the printer. While this is printing, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and also the notification bell will let you know when my new videos come out. Okay, I've finished the 3D printing. The gauges look pretty good, all coming along. They've still got to have all the servo motors put in and the electronics on the back, but the actual bodies of them look pretty good. I'll take the old units out. You'll see there. That's the old units inside. Just got to finish these off now. Put the components in it, design the electronics up for it, so it's all good. There's the old speedo. There we go.